The Children of Odin, read by Medora Sharp. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Far, Far Away and Long Ago, by Padraic Colum. Once there was another sun and another moon, and a different sun and a different moon from the ones we see now. Sol was the name of the sun, and Mani was the name of the moon. But always behind Sol and Mani wolves went, a wolf behind each. The wolves caught on them at last, and devoured Sol and Mani, and the world was in darkness and cold. In those times the gods lived, Odin, Thor, Hondur, Baldur, Tyr, Heimdall, Vidar, Vali, and as well as Loki, the doer god, the doer of good, and the doer of evil. And the beautiful goddesses were living then, Frigga, Freya, Nani, Udana, and Sif. But in the days when the sun and moon were destroyed, the gods were destroyed too. All the gods except Baldur, who had died before that time. Vidar and Vali, the sons of Odin, and Modi and Magni, the sons of Thor. At that time too, there were men and women in the world. But before the sun and moon were devoured, and before the gods were destroyed, terrible things had happened in the world. Snow fell on the four corners of the earth and kept on falling for 3 seasons. Winds came and blew away everything, and the people of the world who had lived on the spite of the snow and cold and winds fought each other, brother killing brother, until all the people were destroyed. Also, there was another earth at that time, and a green and beautiful, but the terrible winds that blew leveled down the forests and hills and dwellings. Then the fire came and burnt the earth. There was a darkness, for the sun and the moon were devoured, and the gods had met with their doom. And the time in which all these things happened was called Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. And a new sun and a new moon appeared and went traveling through the heavens. They were more lovely than Sol and Mani, and no wolves followed behind them in chase. The earth became green and beautiful again, and in the deep forest that the fire had not burnt, a woman and man awakened. They had been hiding there by Odin, and left to sleep during the Ragnarok and the twilight of the gods. Lif was a woman, and Lifstarar was a man. They moved through the world, and their children and their children's children made people for the new earth. And of the gods were left Vedir, Vali, and the sons of Odin, and Modi and Magnar, the sons of Thor. On the new earth, Vidar and Vali found tablets that were older than the gods had written on, and had left there for them, tablets telling of what had happened before Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. And the people who lived after Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, were not troubled as the people in the older days were troubled by the terrible beings who had brought destruction upon the world and upon men and women, and who from the beginning had waged war upon the gods.
End of Far Away and Long Ago in Myths and Legends Around the World, Collection 14.